Hello and welcome to the Falkland Islands. Yes, we're about 2/3 of the way through our trip here in South America, and it's a beautiful day here in the Falklands. Now, if you don't know where the Falklands are, they're about 300 miles or so east of the tip of South America. That's close enough anyway, okay? So it's actually, you come out and it's 2 islands, East Falkland, West Falkland, plus about another 766 islands scattered around here. But they're just beautiful. You can see the scenery here, around here. So the capital is Stanley, and it is an interesting capital because it's capital city, but it only became a city in 2022. At the coronation ceremony, well, it's a celebration for the 75th anniversary, I guess it is, of the coronation. They finally proclaimed Stanley a city. They figured the population had grown big enough because it hit 2,500 people, okay? So there's only 3,500 people that live here in the Falklands in total. The chief export here is sheep. Now here we're looking at penguins. I doubt if you'd see them on the video, but they're down on the beach there. There's a whole bunch of penguins down there, and also up on the grasslands. So a lot of people come here to see penguins. You can find them all over the island, actually. So that's a little bit about the area here in the Falklands. It was first inhabited by the French in the 1700s, and then in 1766 the British came in. And of course their whole history is back and forth, and Scottish and British and French and everybody else fighting over them. And of course Argentina got into the Bri, and then in 1982 Argentina invaded the Falklands, if you'll remember that, and the British sent down the ships and the warplanes and everything and beat them back and drove them off. And then it was interesting because it's an ongoing controversy between Argentina and the British on what they should be. So they finally took a vote in 2013, and turned out that 99.8% of the people on the islands said they wanted to be British. There was only 3 people that voted against being British. So it's pretty strongly British at this point, although Argentina still says it's their property. So it's really interesting. So a few little other tidbits about the Falklands. The people call themselves kelpers because all the kelp all around the island and so on. So they call themselves kelpers. What's some other terms? If you're not in Stanley proper and you're out in the hinterlands, in the countryside, then you're in the camp. C-A-M-P. You're in the camp if you're not in Stanley itself. Okay. I have one newspaper. It's published weekly. That's it. Of course, everything is very expensive bringing it in here because everything is imported except sheep. Okay, lots of sheep and wool here, so you can get that very readily. And then lastly, they do have a system to get around from island to island, and it's the let me see, the Falkland Islands Air Transport Service or something like that. It's a little 8-seater planes. They have a couple of them, and they'll fly from island to island, and you can frankly use it like an Uber, okay? So you think of it as flying Ubers that take people around here, including the teachers. Teachers will fly from island to island and teach little kids when they're young in wherever they're at, homeschools there, whatever, okay? And then whenever they get to 11 years old, all the kids have to come to Stanley, okay? And they'll stay with other families or boarding house or something like that in Stanley to complete their elementary education and on through high school. And then if you want to go to university, the Falkland Islands will actually pay for it, okay, and send you off to usually the UK, but could be the US also, for your university education. So that's just a little bit about the Falklands. The last point I'll make is it does have the southernmost marathon that's run in the world, the southernmost marathon. So that's pretty amazing in and of itself. So anyway, look at the beautiful scenery here. It is a gorgeous day here in the Falkland Islands.